Hello, um, you're welcome to this tutorial. My name is Williams, and I'll be running through trading setting strategies that you can use in your Royalq to ensure you get maximum profits from your trading using the Royalq bot. It is no doubt that the Royalq bot has come at a time when so many who are into the crypto space have lost so much money due to manual trading, a lot due to ignorance, or probably not having enough knowledge on how the market works. And you would agree with me that many a times most manual traders have to sit with their systems, looking at charts, hour in, hour out. They can't just take their eyes off the system or the phone. So the bot has come at a time such that it now gives the professional trader, the novice trader, the leverage to trade the crypto space without actually always sitting in front of the system to look at charts, to look at fundamentals all the time. Okay, so this AI bot affords you the ability to set your settings, adjust your strategies that would suit your trading patterns, and then you activate the bot to trade according to the instructions you've given to it. So you don't have to be around 24/7, to watch the charts to do that. Once you set your parameters, the bot takes the orders and the bot executes whether you are there or not. Okay, so the Royalq bot has come as a blessing to both professional traders, intermediate traders, and novice traders. That is for those who are new to the market. Okay, that being said, I'd like to take us straight to the trading settings. Okay, how to set your strategy, okay, based on your capital, your trading capital that you have available. See, the strategy you would employ in trading is dependent on the trading capital. It's dependent on how much trading capital you have at your disposal to trade. That determines the kind of strategy you would use excuse me, in setting your bots. Very, very, very important. So I want us to take note of that. The strategy, okay, that you would use or employ is dependent on your trading capital. One who has a very large or a big trading capital can do much more than one who has no trading capital at all, or who has very little trading capital. Okay, so you agree with me that somebody with $100,000 can actually employ some very technical strategies, okay, because he has the funds to do that, which minimizes his risk, and expands his option, compared to one with probably $1,000 or $300. Okay, they can't employ the same strategy and they can't get the same results. So in this business, trading capital is king, very importantly. Okay, without wasting much time, let's just go straight into the trading settings. Now, if you want to set your trade, first of all, you choose whatever coin it is you want to trade. Most professional traders advise that for novice, if you want to pick a coin, to trade, okay, you look at the percentage dip of that coin at that present point in time. For example, if you take a look here, Algo, for example, is currently at negative 2.22. okay, Algo is currently running at negative 2.22. You can see it there. Okay, negative 2.22. That's what is currently running on right now. Okay, now if you go further, you would see that KSM is running at 0. Okay, currently now at negative 1.18 or 15 as it may. Okay, And then other coins as well on the negative, those you see in green light means that it is in profit. Okay, there's an increase, okay, in the value of that particular coin pair. When you see the negative, that's the red color, and the negative sign, it means that there's a dip going on. Okay, so to choose the coin to trade, look at all the coins that are in the dip, and probably you go for the one that has the highest dip. For example, lit here. Lit here is negative 3.99, negative 3.85. Okay, let's scroll further. This is under the general coin. Look at RSR. RSR is going for 1 minus 1.40. Take notes. Okay, XXP 0.31. Let's see, XMR 0.59 minus 0.59, sorry, and then Zen minus 2.0. So if you look at all the coins here, you notice that the one with the highest dip is Reef at negative 3.88. Okay, so I'll probably choose this coin to trade if I'm going to trade now. Okay, knowing that it will surely come back up. Okay, it will go bullish and then probably pick my profit. All right, and now one of the things that you need to know as a trader is that when the market is in dip, that is the best time to actually come into the market, because most value of coins are at its lowest point. Okay, so when the market is actually going down, that is the best time to acquire more assets. Okay, so you acquire more of the coins, you acquire more coins at a cheaper rate, and then when the markets begin to go bullish, then you start making profits. Even in the bearish, you can still make profits. It all boils down to the kind of strategies that you employ. So we'll be going straight down to that now. I'll click on Reef, for example. Now we are here. Okay, here is showing one shot. That is because we've traded Reef before. Okay, and you can see there showing warehouse, these parts, and then these parts. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is this. Of course, it should be on circle, so we just change that now by clicking the circle here, by changing this. Once you click this particular place, you see one shot, then it becomes one shot. And then you will find circle right on that same spot. If you click on circle, then it activates one shot. Okay, circle means that you are instructing the bot to keep buying and selling non-stop. While one shot is once the bot sells, it stops the trade immediately. Okay, so that is what that means. Then you have your sell, buy, stop margin, and strategy mode. These are the things that you must be very, very familiar with if you're going to set your strategy right. Then at the bottom here, we have our first buy-in price, which is very important before we start our setting. We're going to start with that first, and then whatever it is we'll do from here on, okay, we'll play out here. All this part here, whatever we'll do in our trade settings will play out here. This is just a summary of every setting we're going to do right now. So let's go straight down to the settings. Okay, well, welcome back. I just took a little break. Now let's go straight down to the settings. Now for us to get our settings right, we'll click on first buying price. Now this first buying price refers to the amount, okay, you want to commit, okay, for the bot to purchase the coin. Okay, what's the actual amount, the first buying amount, okay, you want the bot to purchase the coin at what at what amount Is it $20, $10, $30, $40? Like I said, everything is dependent on your trading capital. So let's say, for example, I'm trading with 500 USDT, for example, okay, and I want to commit probably $300 to this particular trade. So I put my first buying amount at some will say 10, some professionals will tell you put 15, some other professionals will tell you put 100. Okay, so but we'll start with the simple one. I don't want to go to the complex first. So let's say we put in $15 USDT. We click on confirm. Now you can see that I've taken it there. 15. You can see 15 right there in first preset buying price. Then we'll now go to the trade setting proper now and click on trade setting, which is this place. Okay, which is that place. Now when you click on trade setting, it brings us here. Okay, now you see here that the first buying amount is 10 USDT. Okay, so we'll adjust that because we put our first preset to be 15, so we'll adjust it to be 15. Then you see this open position doubled. You are not supposed to click that. If you click that, it means that you're telling the bot to buy a coin. Its first buy will be twice. So if it's buying let's say REEF at 0.1245 at that particular price, it will buy 2 positions of that immediately, and that will be 30 USDT committed to that particular first buy. So but if we leave it untouched, it means it will only buy 1 position. Now the next thing is margin call limit. Margin call limit. This margin call limit. Now this is very, very important. Now this margin call limit, okay, helps you to determine the number of positions you want to buy for a coin. Okay, so let's take for example the coin is at 1.2024 USDT. Okay, that's the average price, that is the current price of this particular coin. And then you now determine that, okay, I want to plan my strategy such that if this coin goes deep, I should be able to buy and make profit. And so how many positions of this coin do I want to buy? Okay, so I want to buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to as high as 100. It all depends on your trading capital. So I'm going to do mine to be, let's say 15. Okay, 15. Now you will see what the effect of this would look like. Okay, I'm going to explain what the effect of this 15 margin call looks like. It means that I'm going to be instructing the bot to buy 15 positions at different reduction percentage. That is, as the coin is going down and is dipping, okay, my instruction to the bot is that when it dips by a particular percentage, buy this particular coin, maybe 1 or 2 times. I will show you how to do that. Okay, if it gets lower again, buy 1 more time. If it goes lower again at a particular percentage, buy. So that will be 15 times. So I'm instructing the bot to do that 15 times. That is what the margin call limit means. Then the whole position take profit ratio has to do with how much profit do I want to make. I'm not going to instruct the bot to take, okay, out of the market. In other words, when the market goes to my advantage, when it goes bullish, okay, I want you to pick 1.5% of the trade. In other words, you sell this particular coin once it increases by 1.5%. That is what this whole position take profit ratio means. Okay, so most times, most traders put set theirs at 2, some put theirs at 3, some set theirs at 1.1, 1.2. But to be modest, you want to make profits quickly and cash out. Okay, you don't want to keep it at 4%, 5%, because sometimes the market goes up and down so sporadically, and sometimes it swings sideways. So you don't want to tie your funds for too long. So you can probably leave it at 1.5, or you set it at 1.3%. Now the whole position take profit callback. Okay, we could set it at 0.1. What this means is that if the coin rises, okay, to 1.3%, okay, above the average price at which we bought it, and then for one reason there's a swing, there's a low, it comes down a bit due to market volatility. Once it comes down by 0.1, you now tell the board that please close and take my profit. So what it means is that at that particular point in time, the board will be taking your profit at 1.2% as against 1.3%. Okay, then this buy-in callback, you leave it at 0.5. Okay, just leave it at 0.5. What this means is that once your bot takes its first buy, this stands as a yardstick telling the bot that, see, if you're going to buy another coin, okay, at least let the coin drop by 0.5%, lesser than the amount at which he bought the first position. Okay, so that is what this buying callback means. Now let's go into margin configuration on how to set our margin call limit. Very good. Now you will notice that you can see the calls: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is showing 15 because remember, we set this particular margin call limit to be what? 15 times. And that is why in the margin configuration, you are seeing 15 call. Okay, telling the bot to make 15 call buy, okay, when the price goes down or keeps going down. Now, this is a preset setting by the bot, but we're going to be adjusting it, okay, based on our strategy. Now, let's take, for example, I want to set a strategy such that I want to prepare my bot to be able to buy into the dip to as low as 30%, meaning that if this coin should keep going down by 30%, means I will still be in the market, I'll still be able to buy and then make profits. Okay, so I want to set mine at 30%. And so this first, second call, third call, fourth call, fifth call, sixth call, seventh call, eighth call, the total percentage you see there should be able to give me 30. So I'm going to be working with that. And then to the right, that simply means how many times do I want the bot to take a position if the price drops by that particular percentage. For example, my first call percentage drop would be, okay, if this bot drops by 2%, for example, okay, how many times do I want it to buy at that price when it drops? So if it drops by 2%, okay, my bot should buy one time. That's the first call. Okay, if it drops by another 1%, buy one time. Now what this means is that when it's buying one time, remember that let's go back. Remember that our preset buy is what? 15 USDT. First buying amount is 15 USDT. Now this is going to come into play here in the margin configuration. Now what it means is that if the price drops by 1.5%, the average price drops by 1.5%, okay, buy one position, that is $15 committed to this trade at the first call, apart from the first preset buying amount. Okay, now if I say you should buy it 2 times, that means I'm committing $30 to the first call buy. Are you following? Now, so second call, if it drops by 1%, buy one time. Third call, 1% buy one time. Fourth call, drop by 1% buy one time. Fifth call, if it drops by 1.5% buy one time. Okay. Sixth call, if it drops by 1.5 again, buy one time. Seventh call, if it drops by 2%, buy one time. Eighth call, if it drops by 1%, after that, buy one time. Okay. If it drops by 1%, buy one time. 10th call, if it drops by 2.5%, buy one time. If it drops again by 2%, buy one time. At the 12th call, if it drops by 2%, buy one time. If it drops by 1.5%, buy two times. If it drops by 1.5% again, buy two times. And if it drops, the last call, if it drops by 1.5%, buy three times. Okay, now let's do the calculation now. Now, let's calculate first of all the percentage involved. We have 1.5 plus 1, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 4.5 plus 1.5, that is 6, 7.5, 9.5, 10.5, 11.5, 13.5, 15.5, 17.5, that's 19, 20.5, 21.5. Okay, so it's not yet up to 30, so I'm only preparing for 21.5% dip. So I can increase this and say, let's increase this to 2, increase this to 2 again, then increase this to 3, increase this to 3. Okay, then let's make this 2, let's make this 2, and let's make this the last one 2. Okay, so let's calculate the percentage again. So we have 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 13 plus 2.5, that's 15.5, 18.5, 20, 23.5, 25.5, 27.5, 29.5. Okay, this is 29.5% dip. Okay, let's just leave it at this. 29.5% dip for this particular coin. Now, the number of times it buys, let's calculate here. We have $15 already for the first buy. Now, plus the first one, first call, one time, plus 15, that's 30, plus another 15, second call, that's 45, plus another 15, third call, that's 60, plus another 15, fourth call, that's 75, plus another 15, fifth call, that's 90, plus another 15, sixth call, that is 105, 120, 135, 150, 165, 180, 195. Now, at the 13th call, we are buying twice. That's $30. So 195 plus $30, that is 215, plus another $30, 245. Then here we are buying three times, and that is $45. So 235 plus $45, that's $285. $80. That is what is going to be committed to this trade. Remember I said out of the 500 we want to commit $300 to the trade. So this is $280 already by the setting going into this trade. Now the reason why it is higher at the very end is because it is getting to the lowest dip, and so it's only smart to buy more positions, because as soon as the market begins to go up, then you will take more profit. Okay, now that said, the next thing you now do is to click confirm. Once you click confirm, okay, it takes the setting, and then the next thing we want to do is to come and set this particular point called distributed and take profits allocation. Okay, distributed and take profit allocation. But before I explain this, there's something I want you to understand that has to do with warehouse and sub bin mode. Okay, now you see this first call to fourth call, first call here, first call to fourth call. It's regarded as warehouse. Warehouse. If you go to your Royalq setting at the home page of the Royalq setting, you will see that it's called warehouse. Now, what warehouse means is that this bot would, if the bot buys from first call to fourth call, okay, deep, if the market begins to come back bullish, okay, when it goes beyond the fourth call to the third call, instead of it to close in profit, it will not until it goes to the third, second, and first call. Then it closes the entire first call to fourth call at once as a group, and then you will now see it reflecting in your revenue. Okay, that is called warehouse. So it is very important that any amount you are committing to these first four calls does not take much of your trading capital, because the idea is that you want to buy the dip, and so you want to do a strategy that would buy deep down, probably to 20 margin calls, 15 margin calls, 30 margin calls. It all depends on your trading capital. Anyway, we have some professional traders who do as high as 60, 70 margin calls, and all this is depending on the coin, because not all coins go so deep. So you need to understand some certain characteristics of the coins and know the particular percentage to set, okay, and prepare yourself for the dip. So even when the market is in the dip, you're still making profit. So note that the first to fourth call is regarded as warehouse. They are traded as a team. So if the bot buys first call, second call, third call, fourth call, okay, and then the market decides to go bullish and it comes up beyond the fourth call to the third call, it will not close that trade in profit, okay, until it goes back to the first call. It will now close from the first to the fourth call together, and then you will see the profit reflected in your revenue. But from the fifth call, these ones are treated independently. From the fifth call down to the sixth call, up like down like that to the seventh call, eighth call. From the fifth call down, they are treated independently. So what it means is that if the bot buys the dip to the fifth call, sixth call, seventh call, eighth call, and the market, you know, the market goes zigzag, and the market begins to go zigzag, that means it goes bullish, down, up, down, up, down. Now, when the bot comes from, let's say, seventh call up to sixth call, okay, once it hits that target that you set for it at 1.5% profit, it will close the seventh call in profit, and it will drop it in your Binance, and then you see it recorded in your Royalq revenue. If it goes beyond the sixth call again to the fifth call, it will close this sixth call independently in profit, and it will drop it in your Binance. You will find the data in your revenue in Royalq. Okay, but these characteristics cannot be seen from first call to fourth call. That does not happen. This takes this as a group. So that is why it's important that while you're setting your strategy, always prepare for the dip. Go deep down into the margin call, because this is where the profits is being made in the dip from the fifth call down. You'll be surprised that even when the market is going zigzag, 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 it may not even come back to this your fourth, third, second, or fourth call for a very long time. But from this fifth call down, you'll be making good profits. Over time, you find out that you've even made your capital. And funny enough, it will still be showing you floating loss. Do you know why it's showing you floating loss? Because of the fourth to one call. Because it has not gotten back to the price at which you entered the market. Okay, it will still be showing you floating loss, but you are making profits. So just ignore that floating loss at that point in time because you're actually making profit. So from the fifth call down, you keep making profit. If the market keeps going zigzag, zigzag like this, zigzag, 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 you are making profit. You keep making profit. You keep making profit. Okay. If it comes down to, if the bot buys down to even the 12th call, excuse me, if the bot even buys down to the 12th call, okay, you will still be making profit because once the market goes zigzag like this, it comes to 10th call, it will close 11 and 10 in profit. Okay, it will now come back again and buy 10 and 11 again. It goes to 12. If it goes back like this again, you are still making profit. If it comes back this high again, you are still making profit because all this 11th, 10, 9 would have been closed in profit. And then it's coming back down again to buy again 8, 9, 10. You understand? And it keeps going like that and you keep making profits in circle. So that's the beautiful thing about the bot. So when you are done with this, you click confirm. Once you are done with that, you click confirm like I've explained. Now you come to this distribution take profit allocation. Let me go back again so you see that clearly. This distributed and take profit allocation. Here you want to do a setting such that you keep making money in that dip. Okay, while that zigzag is going on in between the calls, fifth call, sixth call, seventh call down like that, you'll be making profit. So this is where we come to make that setting. So you click on distributed and take profit. Now you see the fifth subposition. You can see all the settings here. Okay, 5th to 15th showing us 1.3, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3. Okay, so remember that our settings we used for the percentage profit when we placed our whole take profits position at 1.3. So the same thing is allocated to all the sub position. They are all at 1.3, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3. Okay, so if you calculate all that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you multiply that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. So 1.3 multiply that by 11. That's about that's close to about 12 points or 13 point something percent. Okay, so that's kind of profit we're making, consistently in such positions. So you click confirm. Once you click confirm, your sub position take profit callback. You leave it, you put it at 0.1. You set it at 0.1. Okay, so it means that while the market is going zigzag during the fifth call, sixth call, seventh call, it's going within that positions like that. Okay, you are telling the bot that at my distributed take profit allocation at 1.3, if for any reason there's a drawdown, okay, by 0.1, please just close and take profit at that particular sub position. Do you understand? So it's just telling the bot that see at this distributed take profit at 5 sub position 1.3, 6 sub position 1.3%, if there's a drawback when the price goes to 1.3% above, okay, and there's a drawback by 0.1%, just close and take profit. So when it's closing and take profit, instead of 1.3 here, what you'll be closing out to be 1.2. So you are still making good profit. Do you understand? So that's what this means. When you are done, the next thing to do is to click on save. Okay, click on save. You save the settings. Now take a look at the summary here. you see that it has taken effect here. You can see that now. Okay, so you have your first buying amount as 15, the margin call is 15, the take profit ratio is 1.3, the earnings callback is 0.1, the margin call drop is 1.5, and then the buying callback is at 0.5. So once you are done with this, the next thing is to come here, okay, and then you click on here, strategy mode. Okay, now let's click on that and see what it brings. Once you click on strategy mode, now you see this automatically is on whole warehouse mode, which is the first call to fourth call, like I said earlier, which is a group buy and a group sell that the bot will do for it to give you your profit. Okay, so but when using this strategy that is beyond 4 margin calls, you place your bot at sub-bin mode real time. This sub-bin mode real time. The reason why you need to do this here is that immediately the bot picks your profits at any of those margin calls from 5 downwards, okay, it will sell immediately and it will drop the profit immediately, and Royalq will record the profit immediately. So you want to see how your bot is faring immediately. That is why we are choosing sub-bin mode real time. Are you following now? Okay, so it's very important you leave it at sub-bin mode real time. Once you do that, the next thing you do is to click on that and then you click confirm. Now once you click confirm, okay, then once you are done with that, the next thing is to click start. So you can see here that it's showing, look at this is how you know it is on. Look here, you can see it here showing sub-bin mode. It must show here. Before it was showing whole warehouse, but now it's on sub-bin mode. Once you are done with that, the next thing is to click start. I don't want to trade now, so I'm not clicking start. So once you click start, immediately you will see the price at which the position amount at which you bought, how much you have allocated to that particular trade. You see it there. Here, the number of reef, okay, that the bot buys based on your setting price. This average price is the current price at which, average price will be the price at which you bought, okay, and this one is the price at which the coin is being sold right now. Don't forget it's fluctuating, it's not static. Okay, then here, then this one shows you, this one means the number of calls. So for example, we have 15 calls set. If the bot buys one margin call based on our setting, you will see one here. If it buys the second margin call, you will see 2. So it tells you the number of margin calls that your bot has bought based on your settings so far. Okay, and then of course this last one here shows you your return rate, that is profit or loss here. Okay, so once you are done with that, the next thing is to just click on start. Once you click on start, then your bot executes. Okay, so very important. Another thing to take note is that even at the current market price you are buying, of course, don't forget that your setting here, let's go back to this place, trade setting. Your setting here is that you're telling the bot to start to buy your margin configuration at 1.5%. So whatever the price is at the market at that particular point in time, the bot will not buy until the price drops by 1.5%. That's when it to start its first buy. So please I want you to take notes of that. Very, very important. So we're done with that. Next thing is to click start, and then you can begin your trading.